Hey, welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a skill that can honestly change your life: assertive communication. We're talking about finding that sweet spot where you can speak your mind, be true to yourself, and actually make your relationships stronger. So, let me ask you something. Have you ever said yes to something when every part of you was screaming no? Yeah, I think we've all been there. You agree to something you don't want to do, maybe because you're worried about rocking the boat, or you just don't know how to get out of it. It's such a common trap.
Or how about this one? You walk away from a chat and immediately your brain starts replaying it, thinking of all the perfect things you should have said. Ugh, that feeling of not being heard or not standing up for yourself, it's just the worst.
And all of this leads us right into what we call the communication conundrum. It's this daily puzzle we're all trying to solve. Because here's the tricky part, right? It feels like we're constantly trying to balance our own needs with everyone else's. And if you get that balance wrong, you can end up with resentment, unmet needs, or just a lot of unnecessary conflict. But there is a much better way.
So, to find that better way, we first have to understand the different ways people communicate. There are really four main styles, so let's break them down and see where we can find that balance.
And this, right here, is the hero of our story: assertive communication. Now look closely at the definition. The magic is in that second half. It's not just about expressing yourself. It's about doing it while also respecting the other person. It's about finding a solution where everybody feels heard. That's the goal. Okay, this table really lays it all out. You've got passive, which is kind of like saying your needs matter, but mine don't. A classic lose-win situation. Then there's aggressive, which is the total opposite. My needs are all that matter. That's a win-lose that just torches relationships. And passive-aggressive? That's the sneaky one, where nobody really says what they mean and everyone loses. But then look at the assertive column. The core belief is that we both matter. The goal isn't to win the fight, it's to find a win-win. That is a massive shift in thinking.
All right, so the theory sounds great, but how do we actually do it? Let's get super practical and talk about the actual words you use.
Think of these 4 steps as your personal toolkit. Using I statements is huge because it lets you talk about your feelings without pointing fingers. Active listening is about truly hearing the other person, which shows respect. Setting clear boundaries is about protecting your own well-being. And finally, giving feedback that's constructive, not critical, helps everyone grow. And this right here, this is a total game changer. This formula for I statements is pure gold. So instead of saying something like, "You always interrupt me," which just puts someone on the defensive, you try this: "I feel frustrated when I'm interrupted because it makes me lose my train of thought. I would really appreciate it if I could finish my point." See that? No blame, just a clear statement of how you feel and what you need. It's amazing. But, and this is a big but, it's not just about what you say. A huge chunk of your message, maybe even most of it, comes from your body language. It's all about how you say it. The trick is making sure all these pieces are telling the same story. Your words can be perfectly assertive, but if your body is screaming something else, the message gets lost. Steady eye contact says, "I'm confident and engaged." A calm tone says, "I'm serious but not angry." A relaxed posture shows you're comfortable in your own skin. It's all about making sure your body backs up your words. I mean, just look at the difference here. On one side, you have the slumped shoulders, the lack of eye contact. That body language is basically whispering, "You don't have to take me seriously." But on the other side, upright but relaxed posture, steady gaze, confident stance. That says what I have to say matters. When your words and your body are in sync like that, your message becomes so much more powerful. So let's zoom out for a second. Why should we even bother learning all this stuff? Well, because the payoff, the impact it can have on your life is absolutely huge. And what's really cool is how these benefits all feed into each other. It's like a positive upward spiral. You build stronger, more honest relationships, which naturally reduces your stress. When you're less stressed, your self-respect grows. And with more self-respect, you feel more confident to speak up for yourself, which then strengthens your relationships even more. See? It just keeps building. If you take away only one thing today, let it be this: assertiveness isn't about being the loudest person in the room or winning every argument. It's a completely different mindset. It's about shifting from me versus you to us versus the problem. That simple change makes all the difference. So I'll leave you with a little something to think about. What's one conversation in your life, maybe with a coworker, a family member, a friend,
that could be totally different if you showed up just a little more assertively. Just think about it. Thanks for tuning in.